If your app feels fast, 9 times out of 10, there's a high likely chance that it isn't really doing anything. It sounds crazy, but stay with me. Most people think a fast app means good engineering, right? But a lot of the time it's actually using old data. Well, that isn't a bad thing to say, it's just something called caching. And if you don't understand how it works, you can just break your entire system. Now let me show you how it works. So imagine you open a page for like a phone or sneakers. So normally the website will fetch price, customer reviews, and stock information. Now that gets very slow. So instead, the system stores the information somewhere faster and it just goes ahead to reuse it. So instead of you having user API database, you actually have the user API and cache. Now that makes it a lot faster. But here's where things get interesting. So the first person that opens the page triggers the whole process. But everyone after that opens the page instantly. And right there, you have what we call a cache hit. But if there is nothing on the cache, it's called a cache miss. And right here is where things start to break. Because, for instance, if the price changes or stock levels change, and if your cache hasn't updated yet, you're actually showing your users wrong information, which isn't good. Now your site is fast, but wrong. So this is where most developers actually get it wrong, because caching isn't just about storing data. It's also knowing when that data is no longer valid. And that's why systems have something called TTL. Basically, you're saying this data is valid for 30 seconds. After that, refresh it. But even that isn't really the hard part. So the hard part is actually knowing when to update or clear the cache, especially when real data is changing underneath. Because one mistake and your app is fast, but actually unreliable. So yeah, fast apps feel fast, but underneath, caching is actually doing the real work. And if you don't handle it properly, you're not optimizing performance, you're actually trading speed for accuracy.